music. Hello. We're live. We are live. Okay, folks. All right. Doing another little small podcast. I'm going to get a drink of water. It's 9,000 degrees in here. Okay. So, all right. Welcome to the Zapata brand podcast. We're doing a little bit of a, quick podcast because Coach Diz was in town tonight. We're supposed to have Alize Johnson on today. He had to cut out early. Something had happened. But we're going to get the StreamYard up and do the interview over StreamYard.
Yeah, this week.
This week, some point.
He called, apologized, and stuff like that.
It's a little easier. It's a little easier. I mean, when you got to remember, he's got a lot of stuff going on.
He leaves for Europe on the 5th of September. So, so he got everything lined up. There.
It's a tough thing. So we can't knock him on that. He apologized profusely for it. And again, it's good. It's just the life of a professional athlete.
That's right.
We got to really understand that. But so we just want to get that out of the way quick. But other than that, I don't know if anybody saw. We finally got the StreamYard up last night.
Yes, I think it went good.
It is good. It's going to really help our business, and I think we can get a broad range of guests. Whether it's someone who on the West Coast, someone on the East Coast, someone down south.
Europe.
It's a lot.
It's all over.
A lot easier. It's a lot easier. And we're basically doing the content. It's not like they have to be in here. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing. We send it over to Rich, and he could cut it up each way. Yeah, which is fine. Let's real quickly go into a couple things that happened over the weekend. Quickly, we went into the Max Holloway Korean Zombie fight yesterday. It was in the afternoon. I didn't know. Yeah, because I was busy doing a million things. My kids' birthdays today. And
schools are
back. So the colleges are very busy with the bagels. So, we deliver to all the schools and universities in this area.
How many dozen a night, you think?
We're pushing over 200, I'd imagine.
Yep.
2 something. And it's, and then you also lump into that
retail.
The retail. Yep. It's a very busy location.
7 days a week.
7 days a week, 360 days a year. But there's a point where you have to have other help, and we do have the help now, but we're working on getting other things in play here. Yep. You always want to try to get bigger, and then it's always something, because the help is very difficult to get. Yeah. It's very difficult, and unfortunately, the heavy labor is hard for us. Yeah. To do. I'm getting older, and I just don't want to do it as much. So,
but the good thing is Landon's getting a little older. I saw him doing some dough a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Landon's getting older. He'll do a lot better, and I think that's important, because he's got to learn that, and if he wants to continue the business. Yeah. Because I'm not going to be around forever. No. Unfortunately.
So going back to the Max Holloway fight.
Yeah, go ahead. So I jumped.
No. But do you know his record? He's 18-0. Against everybody else, and 0-3 against Volk in the last 21 fights. His last 21 fights, he's 18-0.
Wait, he lost 3?
He lost 3 times to Volk.
Oh my God!
He just can't beat him.
The first one was close.
Yeah,
I thought
the last one. No, there was 3. There was 3.
Okay. Well, again, that just shows me that whole 2019 to 22 is a blur. For me, I don't even remember half the stuff that happened. Do I think Max Holloway's still got some ability to get a title shot? I mean, how many times can you fight Volk?
I think Volk's going to be going up soon. I think he's going to stay up there.
Probably, but then that leaves Max Holloway and who?
Who's one of the Khabib's people.
Yeah, but what about Peter Yan?
No, no.
Okay. Aljo?
I can see Aljo getting up. I can see, but I can see Max picking him apart. He's just too much bigger.
Yeah, and the wrestling doesn't bother Max at all. No, I mean Volk. Yeah, Volk beat him up wrestling, but he also stood there, and I think Aljo wouldn't be able to compete with those skills. No, I think he's very, very good. I think Max.
He's probably the best boxer in MMA right now.
Yeah, if there was one that could go boxing, I think it would be him. I thought initially it was Nate Diaz, but obviously, as we saw, Nate Diaz wasn't the answer for that. No. He just wasn't. Which takes us to our one of the fights that I saw. they were looking at. Mike Tyson was looking at it. Francis Ngannou, Tyson Fury. Mike Tyson's giving Francis Ngannou a very good shot.
Of course he will. Of course he will. He's training him.
Right, but I mean, he's the way he's explaining it is more than just, hey, this guy's. You know how the trainers do it. They're like, this guy, I've never seen him train like this before, whatever. But the way he explains it, Mike Tyson does. I think Mike Tyson knows a little bit about him on the inside that most people don't know. So maybe it's a difference. I don't know. I still don't see how in the world Ngannou can beat him.
No,
unless he lands a punch. But
that fight's coming up soon, or
I don't know. I just heard it was signed, but I think it's in December, if anything.
Okay.
I saw Usyk last night. I didn't see the fight. The picture. I saw pictures. What was the controversy about?
It was they said it was a low blow that knocked Usyk down. I didn't think it was a low blow, but some people they did call it not a low blow, but I thought it was a knockdown. Okay. It was right there.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's below the belt. So was it on the belt line or not? You know, a lot of Mexican fighters do that. They hit you on the hips, right at the line, right on the hips, right there in the lower abdomen. They hit you there because it just weakens you. You know, so as the fight goes on, they get stronger. Your legs are gone at that point, and it's easier for them to pick you apart. So that was those two fights were I thought were very interesting. So
did you see Muhammad Ali's kid? Not
his grandson. I didn't.
He lost in a decision.
Lost.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Upset.
That's 2.
Yeah, no.
That's 2 for him. That's not good. I mean, you can't live off the name and expect to do big things if you're not winning.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, Layla Ali didn't live off the name because she could actually fight.
Yep.
But she was actually, she came at the right time.
Yep.
With Jackie Frazier, Frida Foreman. She came right at the right time.
Was she around the same time? She didn't want to fight Ann Wolfe, right? Or was
I don't think they could ever get it together.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. Just they couldn't get it together. And it was Lucia Riker too.
Okay.
Those two were the 2 big fights that she never really fought. So
Ann Wolfe was on a different level, I think.
Ann Wolfe. I mean, she's on a different level now.
Yeah.
So she was one that I thought was probably bad to the bone. I mean, she was as bad as they came. Remind me a little bit of Clarissa Shields. Only difference is Ann Wolfe can punch. Clarissa Shields cannot punch.
She's more of a stylistic fighter.
Right. Which, speaking of Clarissa Shields,
MMA fight.
No, I saw Alicia Baumgartner tested positive, and they thought that she was the next in line to be the next big superstar in the women's division.
Mm-hmm.
And she tested positive, and here we go again with the roundabout, round and round and round. It was something I ate. It was something contaminated. I cannot buy that anymore.
No, you know what's going in your body.
I cannot buy that anymore. That excuse is the one excuse. Nobody comes out and says that that's what they're doing. And I know I saw that Lou DiBella was wanting the samples. I mean, come on.
They need to either just drop it out.
Make
your levels. You can't go over this amount.
So you're basically saying it's got to be quality, not quantity.
There you go.
Meaning the amount that's in there as opposed to what's in there.
Yeah.
There's got to, like even caffeine. Caffeine's 800 milligrams. Mm-hmm. If you pop for over 800 milligrams of caffeine, which most people don't know, could be 3 cups of coffee, you piss hot. You're hot.
Yeah.
So that's more of quantity instead of like if you have anadrol in your body, you're absolutely, no matter if it's a picogram, you're automatically suspended. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Olympics. Anything in there, anything, you're out. Caffeine, and there's something else that I know that's could be listed.
Quick thing, you said about the picogram and all that. Did you happen to see Kobe was talking about John Jones saying that he doesn't want to go on the Madison Square Garden card because of Kobe? Yeah, they don't want to be on the same stage.
I did see that. Now, I don't think John Jones.
I don't think that he's
scared of him.
No,
I think John Jones just doesn't want to give him any money.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say.
He's like,
he doesn't want to put money in his pocket.
Now, Colby's fighting for a title.
Yeah,
so Leon Edwards. He would get pay-per-view points.
Yep.
Well, that's the obvious reason. He's like, nah, screw him. I'm not.
So who do you think will win that fight? Leon Edwards, Kobe.
Here's what I think. I think, wouldn't this be something? Colby Covington wins. Donald Trump wins the election. Hey, you said that years ago.
Yes,
I remember.
Did. Yes,
said,
I did.
Wouldn't it be something if he won the title and at the same time Trump?
Yep.
I said it would be like.
I think it was the first loss against Usman.
I think it was.
When
and you were
Kobe.
like, wouldn't this be unbelievable if Kobe won and Trump won?
Yep.
I was like,
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden, and I'm like, wouldn't that be something? I'm thinking that would be something. That'd be a story that you could really go out and be like, this is look at what are the odds this happens. Well, first of all, what are the odds that Trump won the election?
Exactly.
Now here you go. You got Kobe Covington, came out of nowhere, really, manhandled people. He was. How many times did people say he'd get killed by Masvidal? He handled him. Handled him.
And I'll be honest with you, he was giving it to Usman in the first fight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, he was ahead on the scorecards, too.
Even his second fight was a little bit...
It was close.
It was closer.
But I thought Usman did enough. See, the thing that MMA, too, what bothers me a little bit is you don't have to beat the champ necessarily. Boxing, you got to beat him.
Yep.
And sometimes you don't even get him after you beat him. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the only thing that bothers me a little bit. And I know they're like, well, it shouldn't be that way. You got to give.
And there's too many. Like you can look at a fight in boxing and say, okay, that was a 10-9 round. In MMA with the wrestling and all that, you just
know.
you
got to kind of guess
the cage control and all that.
But also, I think you can't have Tony Weeks judging a fight. Yeah, for MMA because he's not an MMA guy.
They should have ex-fighters. I think
ex-fighters would be perfect for that. Mm-hmm. And give him a couple bucks. I mean, don't give him $1,000 a show. And I'm telling you would have a lot of fighters there because they know, like, hey, I would not want to be in that position with your arm back here, pinned down or whatever. That guy's winning a fight. If you don't know that, I mean, how can you judge that? How can you judge boxing if you don't know about it? If you've never been in there, in the ring per se, whether it's judging or fighting or refereeing, you just don't know. Mm-hmm. You can't just say, well, the guy got hit very hard, but it wasn't so bad. Well, that hurts. Yep. The way that guy got hit, that hurts. So I think that is something that's got to be cleaned up a little bit. Even I saw it, I was like, what the hell?
Anthony Smith won yesterday. I thought he lost the fight. He was Anthony Smith.
He's the announcer.
Yeah, well, he fought. Yeah, he fought.
Did he fight?
He was on
a losing streak for a while.
Oh,
did he?
Yeah.
Strickland?
No. Superman, Stan or something like that. I forgot his name.
Oh.
They fought before.
Oh, yes. I know who you're talking about. Yep. And he won?
He won, and
wow.
He got hit with a left hook. His eye blew up. He was on the ground. Didn't even want to come up off the ground.
He was on a losing streak for a while there, and I thought for sure, why would you want to fight if you got that gig?
Yeah. He's
got a great podcast. He's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
just like Dominic Cruz. Why would you want to keep on going?
I don't know. Dominic Cruz, I think Dominic Cruz was a little overrated, because they were talking about Aljo and him saying, well, now was he be better than? I think Aljo would beat the brakes off of him.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of the people, I think
it get caught up with it. I think it just passed them by.
Sugar Sean would beat him.
Sugar Sean, I think it'd be easy for Sugar Sean. Mm-hmm. I think that'd be an easy fight for him. I would.
The only thing he was good was the footwork and the way he would jump in, flip it around.
Hey, how many people caught up with it now?
Yep.
And it's like
now they all do it.
Connor, they caught up with him.
Mm-hmm.
Connor, I think, is on the downside.
I'll be honest. I never was a big Connor fan. Like
not that it
the
was
way his
fan.
fighting style and all that. I don't think he was that good. I didn't think he was that good.
No, because he lacked that wrestling. You need that wrestling, and it showed when he fought Khabib. It really showed.
It showed when he fought against Nate Diaz first time.
Even the first time where he couldn't do anything. He couldn't. I mean, he had enough defense to keep him off.
That's why I do think that Chandler's going to beat him.
I think Chandler's going to not only beat him, knock him out.
Yeah, I know you did.
He knocks him out because I think, God forbid, he fights Gaethje. I think Gaethje really knocks him out. I saw an interview with Khabib. And they asked him, did you ever remember getting hit the hardest punch? He said, Justin Gaethje.
Yep.
So Justin Gaethje hit like a truck. He's like, I got hit. I was like, wow.
And he was tearing up his legs too.
Yeah, I saw that.
He was tearing up his legs.
So that goes to show you that guy can punch.
Yep.
He can crack.
Going back to the Donald Trump thing with Kobe, you think that was his real weight on the Donald Trump's real weight? They said he was like 213, 6'5", 213.
Who?
In his mugshot.
he's not 213.
Or 220.
No.
Yeah.
If he's 213, I'm 147.
Yeah.
There's no
Everybody's calling bullshit on that.
That's a bullshit. What?
You didn't see it?
No.
Yeah, everybody was
I saw the mugshot. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It was a pretty funny mugshot. But I never, 213?
Yep.
My kid's like 1 30.
Everybody was calling bullshit on it.
It is bullshit. I mean, come on. They're just doing that to make him seem like he's really healthy.
Yeah.
At that age, you know, and he's 6'5". He's a big guy.
Yeah.
To begin with, you're not
6'3", 6'5". It's
yeah. You're not in a if you're not 200 pounds, you're grossly skinny.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to be 200 pounds. Plus, he's just
Diet Pepsi, every Coke, every day.
The guy's a billionaire. He does
lives on a plane.
He does what he wants. You never. So what? So wait, you're traveling all around the country, and you have time to say, give me an hour to hit the gym. No, ain't happening. Even Warren Buffett, he was talking. He's like, they're like, the doctor told me that you gotta cut out McDonald's or work out.
He's not working now.
He's like, no. He actually said, I'll just walk a mile a day. So I can eat more McDonald's. So if he's not doing that,
yeah,
you know, and granted, Warren Buffett's like 90, so it's a little different. Mm-hmm. But Trump still has energy. He's still, I mean, qualified to be, an energetic, motivational guy. President, I don't know. I just wish he would back up a little bit and just calm it down.
Yep.
It divides the country. We don't need it.
Not at all.
Just kind of put us back into perspective of, we all want the same purpose. The same purpose is that, like, I don't want the government in my life. Leave us alone. Just protect us from other people, other countries. That's it. I will make my own business. I will, I will supply jobs. I will pay the taxes. I drive for that. Then just leave us alone. And that's what most people want. Honestly.
Exactly.
They just want that. And you know what?
And it's it's the media that's ripping us apart.
They just are because it's
the
so
media.
bad. Where, what bothers me too is like, most people are good people, meaning if you needed something, they'd give it to you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So don't separate us by saying, well, you're on welfare. You're this. Some people need it.
Yep.
Some people just do. I mean, dealt a bad hand. Single mom, 2 kids, got to get a job.
Yep.
Or else, because it costs more money to send your kids to a babysitter than it is to get a job. You don't think those people want to work? Of course they do.
Exactly. I was talking to someone the other day, and they said babysitter for 3 kids is like $1,100.
That's a week?
Every 2 weeks.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. And you know what?
That's not including the rent.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like this, your salary isn't going up that exponentially that you can sit there and say, oh, don't worry. Especially if you're a single mom.
Yeah.
I saw, you know what I saw? The median household income in Williamsport.
Okay.
Because I was going to ask Alize that question. It's $39,000.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
Nope.
That's nothing. And if you do the math, it's almost $20 an hour. That's your take home pay. Take home pay.
Yep.
It's almost $20 an hour.
It's hard now. It's gas at $4 a gallon.
Did you see $4.19 in Nescapac?
No.
$4.19. I saw $4.19 in Nescapac. Michelle had to do a double take.
$4.19.
Yeah.
Jeez.
$4.19. Well, Michelle, she has to get super. She has to get super.
Well, that's why it's $4.19.
No,
it's not regular.
Regular was $4.19.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And so I was $5.25 a gallon when we went down to Allentown.
Jesus.
Yeah, when we were going to Jersey, we stopped in Allentown on the Turnpike. $4.25 because she has
$5.25.
$5.25 because she has to have super.
Oh my gosh,
that's a lot of money. I think it was $112. The bill. I was like, holy shit.
How can you survive? I mean, like that. With that.
First of all, they think, because you got a Mercedes, you can afford that. Not really.
No. Not
really. If you think about it, it's like, well, you should be able to. Okay. Well, newsflash. Since when is $5.25 normal for gas?
It isn't.
It's not normal. We're in a situation here where something's got to give because I don't see the salaries going up. Because think about this. Here, and you know what's funny? Here, this is funny. I was talking to someone yesterday about this. I know a bunch of people that have left the school district because they're not being paid enough. Okay, and they're younger. The problems I see, and we're going to have Mark Nesplin on to talk about this. He's running for the school board. The steps that they go by a step system in the school system, and a certain amount till you get to the top. Obviously, Michelle's been there 20 some years. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that have been there for 20 years. So yes, they're at the top. It's $90,000. Yep. That is a lot of money.
Yep.
Okay. It's the ones that are right there in the middle that don't have enough years.
Yep.
That don't have, but they're in that building family time.
It's very hard.
Where they're just getting 48,000. 50,000.
Yep.
Yes, I know. Again, I am married to a educator, and she's at the top. Okay,
But she worked.
So we're
it.
lucky.
She worked.
But I'm lucky in the fact that we've already been through that whole stage. Okay, her kids are out in school. My kids are going through school, but my kids don't need all the stuff because her kids have kept it there.
Yeah.
Too.
Yep.
So it's like, we just got a pool and stuff like that. So we don't have. Yeah, we are extremely lucky. But those ones that are right there, that's tough. So if they would just spread it out a little bit more, that's why these teachers are leaving. Because it's like, if I could go to Shamokin or Sunbury, and because their steps are different. Their steps in the middle are like 60 grand, 70 grand. It's a big difference than 40. So you're getting 30
so
grand
why
more.
is that?
It's just the way they structure
area.
it. They just structure it that way. That's the way the school board structures it. So again, I'm speaking a little bit not as knowledgeable just from the conversations I was having with these people. And it's just different. But in the same sense, that is the job they accepted. And I could see it both ways. Because the taxpayer is going to say, you're off 3 months a year. You have holidays off. You have this. You got full benefits. There's give and take of both. That's why it's a tough, because it's taxpayer dollars. Anytime you get taxpayer dollars involved, it just really divides people. I hate that. I hate the division of that.
Yeah,
it becomes teachers versus the people that are blue collar workers versus the people that are the white collar workers who just they have enough, so they're okay. But think about this: $7.25 is the minimum wage.
There's no way.
You cannot live on $7.25. I don't pay anybody here $7.25. You can't. You won't get anybody.
Nope.
And you know what? You don't deserve to get anybody at $7.25. That is what that is the person at the top saying, I want more.
Exactly.
I would rather give my employees $20 an hour to do the stuff that I can't do.
Exactly.
I can't do half this crap without them.
Yep.
So give them the more money. I'll take less. My job is to build the business. So the fact that people think that their $7.25 is what they're getting.
And look, everybody's like, oh, well, the minimum wage is going to go up to 15, 16, 18, whatever. Mm-hmm. There's a cost with that.
Yeah, you think McDonald's is going to keep their sandwiches? No, of course not. McDonald's, they don't lose money. And I say it all the time to people. Like, it's not. And do you think the landlord's going to say, hey, I'm going to keep your rent at what it is?
Nope.
Think it's going to go up.
You think Sheets, for instance, is going to have people behind the counters? No, they're going to have more.
They're just starting to. I'm seeing it more and more. Mm-hmm. I just recently saw it at
We'll raise to certain people, but then
look at this.
We'll get other
Wawa.
people. Yeah, coming to Williamsport. It's coming to Williamsport.
I bet you're going to have 3 or 4 checkout lanes by yourself. I was at the Wawa in New Jersey. There was nobody behind the counter. Just a person making a sandwich. You got to check out over there. The only thing they had was a little thing there for cigarettes.
Because of ID and stuff like that.
Cigarettes. I don't think they even had alcohol there. So
and that's the thing with Sheets. They need
somebody.
Alcohol
they need somebody.
And
they need somebody.
Yeah.
But, you think those jobs are going to stay? Nope. They're going. Those jobs are
Look at that one place, McDonald's, everything automated.
Well, here's what the problem was with that. Okay, so now you're talking years ago, though. You're talking 2015. This is before the pandemic.
No, they...
right, but this is why it started.
Okay.
This is why it started.
Okay.
Before the pandemic in Seattle, they told the guy, we want 15 an hour. Fight for 15. I'll never forget it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like,
I remember that.
How are they going to afford 15 an hour for guys making hamburgers when they charge you dollar meals? And it's not going to work. The numbers don't work. They just don't work. I know. I'm in the business.
Yep.
Those numbers do not work. So I looked at it. I said, how is that going to do that? So the guy, the franchisor, said, I'm telling you, you're going to make a mistake.
Exactly.
If you do it. They did. He closed down for about a month and a half. Everything's automated. He's got 3 people working. He's doing very well.
They're smarter than you think.
They're smarter. They're why they're on the Fortune 500 list. That's why they do that. That's why the S&P 500 is the best companies in the world. They're smarter than you think they are. You can't outsmart them. Because not only that, and it's some of the things on the podcast that when I get all of us on together, we can all come together with ideas and stuff and really expand. To have different ideas. You were talking about getting Jeremy Hassel on.
Yep.
And Jay-Z was talking about getting this guy on. And I was saying, I got this guy here from the area because I think we build the area too.
You have to.
Inside because we have a nice core here of people that I want on the podcast. And then we go to the other places. And we can do that. That is very easy to do. And that's why I'm like, man, if we can just get this going, then we have the StreamYard and we have all these other options.
And that's why I think the StreamYard is going to be huge.
It's a big thing, I think, because where else... I sent the link to you. You press a button and it pops up.
Exactly.
I control it on the back end with your logos, your names, your Twitter accounts, your all your social media. It pops up on the screen and scrolls across the bottom. I mean, It's easy to do.
And to be
it's
honest,
fun.
I think COVID really made these companies bigger.
It really did. I mean, what this?
It wasn't. I never heard of that before. COVID. StreamYard.
No,
Zoom was somewhat.
Yeah, but they were like, hey, we'll go.
There was Teams and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just did a Teams one the other day, and I don't like it. Stupid. The Teams thing.
Well,
I don't like
where I work, we have to do that.
It's stupid. It just I like StreamYard. StreamYard's the best one.
Yeah,
it really is good. You pay for it. I mean, you pay for it, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Like, Alizé has what, 1 million subscribers or 1 million
I
followers?
think, yeah,
Over a million. If I got a tenth of that or 10%, I'm at $100,000.
exactly.
Why wouldn't I reach out to people who have 50,000 or?
And the thing is, he didn't have to do that.
No, he didn't. And I felt bad. I was like, oh man, because I know he felt bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm like, I get it. I get it because he comes to Williamsport. He's a superstar.
Yep.
They're gonna drag him in a million directions. Listen, I get dragged in a million directions, and I'm nobody. I'm a dumb bagel guy.
Yep.
So I get dragged in a million positions. I'm like, guys, I can't do everything. Either I'm going here or I'm going here. I can't do everything. And then when you do, you finally get to a point where you want to be left alone. And then here I come. Hey, you want to come on a podcast? Oh, like, who would do that? Nobody. Nobody's gonna do that.
No.
I mean, so we're lucky, and we're very lucky that we had Greg Valentino in here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Greg did everything we've asked of him. Everything. I'm going to start jumping on StreamYard with him. I just think he has such an electric personality that he's off the wall. Some of the shit he does, and he has kooky stuff in his house or whatever. But I mean, he has such a huge heart. Like, he just, whatever you need, George, whatever you need. Oh, whatever. I'll shout out this. I'll do this. Unbelievable. And that is a genuine person. Now, I'll tell you who else is a genuine person just by talking to her for a little bit. Rita Gigante. Unbelievably nice. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Okay, good. I look forward to seeing you. And she's very nice.
So, getting into that, what is some of her healing and stuff like that? Like, so, because I was trying to look at it and I was like,
okay,
let me see.
Well, she says she's an empath and that she can reach out. So she's basically a conduit between the afterlife and the other person in between. And she says she's known this for years. I don't know, but I'll tell you, I have a story that I'm going to ask her about. I have a real good, interesting story, because the way that me and Michelle met, the way we got together and how we are is, how you couldn't have fallen into place any better.
It
is weird, right?
Yep.
So I'm sitting there baking at night every now and then. And I knew her husband. I did not know her. Never met her. I see her husband outside the door, the bagel shop window. Every now and then, I'll look up and take a double take. Now, I don't know if it's me just being nutty, or
it's
like someone there looking, being like, "Hey, man,
just want to see if you're
taking care of my wife, whatever." Listen, Michelle loved him. He died. Okay, that's what happened.
Yep.
I got divorced, so there was nothing. Like, I never even knew Michelle. We were neighbors in Nescapec when I lived in Nescapec.
Yep,
she lived right behind me. Never met her. Never once. I knew RJ. RJ would come in. The boys, I knew them. They'd come in. Never once did I meet Michelle. That's why I honestly believe there is a reason why people are meant to be that way. Whether we were soulmates in a different life, and somehow I knew, because I knew when I went out with Michelle the first time, I said, this is the woman I will marry. I just did. I don't know why.
I think you did tell me something like that.
Because it just fit. I'm like, wait a minute. I was not willing to and the time that I was gonna date someone, it was right after Sophia's fight.
Yep.
I was at the Forge, and someone came up to me, and you know who that person was, and she is smoking.
Yep.
And I was like, I wasn't feeling
it didn't feel right.
Nope.
It just didn't feel right.
And I was like,
and I would ask you like, no, just
I
not
know.
feeling
It
right.
just didn't. It wasn't there. Not 2 months later is when Michelle came in from COVID. She fought in November, December, January, so February. So you look at 3 months later.
Because March was March 13th.
Well, that's what it was.
Because Tiffany's birthday's the 14th. They had her party, and then boom.
It was crazy that happened the way it did. Just absolutely crazy. I tell the story all the time. This has to be, and that's why I want to talk to Rita about it. Like, is that at all possible? Is that at all possible that we lived this life before, and that person was brought into my life because of what happened? And she would know the answer. and I'm just curious to find out the answer. So, because a lot of people talk to her about Chin, her dad.
Of course, yeah,
And
of course. But
yes, of course.
it's just not about that, though.
Because she has a life too.
Exactly.
And what I also want to ask her is, in her book, when I was reading her book, or I have it on audio, or the Cliff Notes there that my brother sent me, there was times in that book where I thought that maybe she didn't have such a great relationship with him. Now, she loved her dad, but there was something amiss.
Mm-hmm.
Something was disconnected there. Whether it was because he was in the mob, because it was a different life, or because of what happened, I don't know. But there was something there. That's what I want to find out from her. And I think I could get it out of her as to what she feels like. But again, she's way smarter than me. I don't know if she will be willing to talk to me about my situation that I have.
Yeah.
You know, that because her interviews are mainly about the mafia.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, to have your dad be the head of not only head of the New York Mafia, head of the commission. Nothing happened unless he agreed. And you'll have like Rudy Giuliani say, nope, Tony Salerno was. No, it wasn't. Chin was. Tony Salerno was put there as a mouthpiece.
Now, the thing with the Chin, they said he fooled everybody.
He fooled the government, and she knew.
Okay.
Yeah, they knew, but like she was, and it was funny because I was reading that book about that, and she said that she didn't know if her dad knew as much. Her dad knew that they were catching on. Didn't know.
So he had to.
And then 9/11 is when the cat came out of the bag, where he picked up the phone.
I didn't know.
Yep. When the planes flew in, he grabbed the phone at the jail, picked it up, talking normal, knew everybody, and bang, they got him.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Until they got him. Which, you know, at the time, he's like, you know, F it.
You didn't know. I mean, 9/11.
Well, at that point,
yeah, you think the whole world's coming.
Well, you know,
Getting
his
up
kids
there.
her kids were living up in there, but not in the trade center, but up by the trade center. I think they were in Greenwich.
Wow.
And oh my God, you know, what the hell?
So they were. Yeah.
They were close. They were close there, you know, in the village.
So he picked up the phone and everything.
Paul, they were listening. You know, it's funny because Greg's story too about his dad calling him and talking to him
About the 250. Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. I mean, come on. I mean, how the hell does his dad? What the hell does dad do? Like, what are you bothering his dad for?
It's because money can change everything.
Money changes everything.
And politics.
And you know, I know someone who was prosecuted for a murder, and he's doing about 25. And I swear he didn't do it. I swear he didn't do it. The prosecutor had really not a lot. They had a guy.
Did he have what type of lawyer did he have? Did he have a good lawyer?
$600,000.
Jeez.
Yep. I mean, I think that's what it was.
Well,
But because the one guy that they had that testified on his behalf was like, no way, he didn't kill him. No way. Doing about 25. Good guy. And so what I mean, they'll do what they want to get you. And that's why I think this whole division of the government and the people is just tough.
it is.
I mean, we
it's
just
a
a lot of
slope.
our people, a lot of people just want to, and then people in small business like me. I'm a dumb bagel guy. What am I getting? I don't bother anybody.
Yep.
I don't want people on top of me, but questioning me. This is what we do. Like we don't. There's no millions of dollars.
No.
Like, what are you talking about? And that's what makes people question the government.
Yeah.
We need a leader in this country. And I know. I had that podcast with David Kitchen. I mean, you got to have a leader, and sometimes leaders make tough choices.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to be happy.
No.
But in the long run, it works out. In the long run, it works out. We've been lucky. That we've had this country as stable as it's been until recently. COVID really jacked everything up. This place went upside down. The only thing it did, doubled my business.
It was good for some people, not good for others.
No. Others went out, and I think I survived.
Yep.
And
I mean, the schools, they shut down, but the retail went up.
Because it gave people a lot of money, which I think UBI, I mean, obviously they did UBI, Universal Basic Income.
Okay.
Which means the government just gives you a certain jack every month, which is what Andrew Yang wanted. He was a presidential candidate 4 years ago. Still believes in it.
Go ahead. I got a question.
And they do that, and now they're looking, and some people are like, "Oh, it wouldn't be so bad." Like when they give the child care tax credit, some people are waiting for that.
Oh, I know. They're banking on vacations and cars
so
down
they're
payments.
Like, I could get $250 a kid, get it now before the government. You know what I mean? So and now we're going to digital currency.
Soon there's not going to be no dollars.
No dollars. It just seems like I don't know. You got the debt ceiling to worry about. There's a lot of shit here. A lot of shit that I don't think one president can fix. Look, Joe Biden ain't going to change my life. Donald Trump ain't going to change my life. Vivek Ramaswamy is not going to change my life.
What was his name?
Vivek Ramaswamy, the Indian guy. He's good.
That's what I was going to ask you.
He's good.
I was going to ask you. I said, what's the story with him?
Oh, he's a billionaire tech guy. Doesn't need any money, but he was in pharmaceuticals. And, that's... Watch the next couple weeks.
That's going to start.
They're going to start coming out.
Yeah.
Not leak. They know what he was, but he was.
But he's going to be. Oh, he was behind helping with the vaccination.
He was behind the WMF, which is the World Monetary Foundation. So, there's a lot of stuff. But he got out of there. He was like, "Look, that's not what I want." He got out.
I did, because it seemed there was one question that he raised his hand real quick, and then everybody was looking at him. And then everybody else raised their hand.
Right. They all looked like, uh-oh. And he was almost like, we better.
You know he was pretty good with the speaking, too? Quick with the tongue?
Who?
The one from New Jersey.
Chris Christie?
I thought he was a little slick with his tongue.
He is, but listen. Here's a guy who told people not to go to the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, and then he's there.
And then he's out. I mean, listen.
It's a private island now.
I mean, but listen. Which again, you're separating the people from the haves and the have-nots.
Yep.
Don't do that.
Exactly.
If I ran a state, all right, let's take Gavin Newsom, who I think actually might not be a bad president. Okay, might not.
Yeah.
He's got the look, he's got the talk, he's got the He might not be bad. His policy's a little wild for me. A little wild. Okay. But might not be a bad president, but to kind of keep everyone calm. He's got the look. Okay. Democratic president. The problem with that is he told everyone, do not go anywhere, don't do anything, whatever. And then he's caught twice.
With no mask.
With no mask, eating with pharmaceutical companies.
That just doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good. If I was ever the president or a governor and I put that mandate in, I wouldn't leave the house. I'd wear a mask in the house just in case somebody peeked in the window.
You'll double mask it?
I double mask it. I'd have the outbreak outfit on just because in my house. Just because the only time I'd be taken off was when I went to the bathroom or I was in bed. Because you never know.
But listen, because he didn't buy into it, and that's the thing.
Again, if you buy into it, go with it.
Yep,
go with it. If you don't, then you don't. But then you got to have the balls to stay there. It's like DeSantis did. Like, no, we're not doing that.
They were probably the best state.
They were the best. They were the best right now. Because look what happens. When you get a guy who's a bully, Andrew Cuomo, you're a bully. You know, I knew. I knew someone was going to turn on him.
Of course.
I knew it because you're just a bully.
And that's why eventually people turned on Trump too.
And he just couldn't. He just got so goofy.
Just shut your mouth up.
He got so goofy. Like his policies are good, and I know
he actually was very good for this country.
And you know what's funny? I know a lot of people just don't like him.
Yep.
Okay. Policy wise, he was good. Now, foreign policy, I don't know. Because there's a lot of intertwinings there about how they work, and you need this and I need this. Yep. It was weird, and I don't know if he'd be good at that. I don't know. He deals with them well, speaking to the leader directly, because he's a leader. But I think Vivek Ramaswamy would do well, and I'll tell you who else would do well. Robert Kennedy.
Yeah, I just can't stand talking. Listen to him talking.
It does put me to sleep, though. I like that.
It just, I don't know.
He's just such a
smart
guy.
clear your throat, man.
No, he's got that disease.
I know, but I'm just like.
But he's just very good.
But I will tell you this. I mean, Trump, they feared us. The other countries feared us.
They don't fear us now.
They don't.
I mean, and it's not just Biden. It's all the other nonsense that's going on. You know, if I go into a war,
like one of the things was when they were like. With Afghanistan, when he sent them the address of the guy's house or the picture of his house.
It's just the kind of like it's. I looked at it almost like if
It's like wrestling.
Yeah, but if you got into a fight with somebody, right, and they knew you were a boxer, they knew you were an MMA guy or something, right, and they were the biggest, baddest guy on the block, there's that little piece in their head saying, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I won't take a shot here.
Yeah, no.
A little piece. No matter if you're the biggest, baddest guy on the block or not, that little threat changes things.
Exactly. Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. That little threat of, you might not want to go down this road with me. It's a little threat.
Mm-hmm.
And that always works.
Yep.
It just does. Because then you don't want to do a war. You don't want to do that. And most people don't want to fight.
No, they won't.
They just want to be left alone and do their own shit. It's amazing to me that people pick sides and we just want to be left alone. I really think that. The more people that I see, they just want to be left alone.
Mm-hmm.
They want to take care of their kids, take care of their families, take care of their wife, take care of the husband, and just move on. Nobody cares. Nobody really cares.
Nope.
It only affects them when stuff starts getting goofy in their life. It's the only time they really care. Because like if it's something,
I was thinking with the with the fires in Hawaii, and Biden was like, I almost lost my house when it was like a lightning struck his thing.
and
I think sometimes he's confused. I think personally.
Right,
and I just
probably confused.
It gets mixed up.
I just think that we have to understand that maybe at some point, which I think might happen, there's a different candidate in there.
Yeah.
Only because, and not that he's done a bad job as far as, nothing's really changed.
No.
It really doesn't change much. When Trump came in, it changed. Shit was changing. The COVID hits, things happen. So what happens, this is going to be a very strange year. Yeah. It really is, and it's going to start soon.
Mm-hmm. You kept on saying about, more people getting heart issues with the vaccination. Do you think that's...
I don't know. I mean, Bray Wyatt dies.
LeBron James'
son. Is it coincidence? I don't know. And that's the thing. If they would,
that's the scary part.
Like, what if they just would have been honest and said, we don't know.
But
take it or not, we don't know.
Yep.
That's the key. And when you say, I don't know, like, we don't know what's going to happen, but you can take it or not take it. We don't care. Just let it I just want to live my life.
Mm-hmm.
I really just do. So.
But they should have been, promoting get healthy.
Get
That's
healthy.
what we do know.
I know.
Just get healthy.
Let me
just
tell you, speaking about getting healthy, what the hell am I doing? I have really got to get back in shape. I'm just starting now.
September 11th is a big day.
September 11th. Yep. Big day. I go there, find out what's going on with my neck.
We collapse or you go to the doctor.
Yeah, I will find out. And I don't know what it is. It's weird because I'll just be sitting there, my arm will go numb.
I'll tell you something today when I was training Leo and I was holding the shield, my bicep was killing me. It's swollen right now.
That actually happens a lot when you have a torn bicep. It hurts. It almost feels like it's going to tear again.
Yep.
Yeah, but I had
to stop it.
Mine was repaired, but it does feel like you're going to tear it again. I'm like, shit, this ain't good.
And the mitts were fine.
Really?
It was doing the shield.
The mitts hurt me.
It.
The mitts hurt me. They hurt me bad, especially my elbows and my shoulder. Yeah, but they definitely do. So how was Leo today?
Leo was good. I pushed him. He was working.
He looked good. He actually looked good. I saw the video. I want to see if I can put some video footage there.
But he was working. I pushed him probably, it's going to take a little bit for us to, because some of the things I call out, it was like, oh, it's my fault.
Mm-hmm.
But next week and stuff like that got to go. And a lot of volume of punches.
Yeah, he's going to need that.
Keeping his heart rate up is also what I was looking to do.
Right.
Because he went on the bike with the fan and stuff like that. He was like 3 rounds on that.
Yeah, but I will say he looked good. I was surprised. And not surprised, but I was like, oh, wow, he's getting into condition, as they say. Not just gym shape. He's getting into condition. 2 different things.
He was burning. His shoulders were burning.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be hurting for a couple of days, and that's the thing. He should take off.
He is off tomorrow, I think.
Okay, good.
He's not going to work out. I think he's going to spar a little bit, and then that's it.
Oh, he's going to spar?
I think
not
so.
Taking off.
I think so. He's not going to do any
Maybe
work.
because he doesn't have anybody right now coming down. Maybe that's the reason why. But
he actually he told me someone that he talked to, and I forgot.
Frank Kane?
No, I forgot his name. I don't know. You can ask him.
All right. Well,
because Jason's school's starting, so we can only go one day a week.
That's right. So
he talked to someone else.
Shit, yeah. And hopefully September 11th, I mean, it says, hey, you're cleared to go. And I could attempt it. I don't know. I've been out for a while. I've been out for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens
All right.
with that. I don't know. Anything else wrapping this up?
No, hopefully we get some interviews through StreamYard, and
I mean, that's going to be a big thing. I'm actually excited for that. 'Cause I think there's a lot of things that we can do. There's so many.
because even though the studio's nice and stuff like that, bringing someone here, it's
At minimal cost.
yeah.
What can we really pay them? That's tough.
You
That's
get
tough.
people from
It's a
Jersey.
hobby.
That's two and a half.
It's 2.5 hours. There.
Then you're here doing the interview for 2 hours. Greg 8, but
Greg 8. Greg 8 and 2 hours back with Jay-Z.
Yep.
Oh,
4 hours with Jay-Z.
Jay-Z must have been just dozing off at some point. Oh my God, Greg can talk. He always, but again, great guy. His girlfriend is so nice. So nice. And I'm like, man, she deals with this shit every day.
Hey.
Yeah, but he's such a good guy. I mean, I enjoy talking to Greg. He has stories after story and what he does and how his life
It was
is.
different back in the day than it is now. That's why,
It's
there's
just
so many
different.
stories.
I'm trying to get something together with Greg. I'm working on something.
Like what?
Working on something with Greg.
Okay.
Believe it or not, the judge that gave him the break is still alive. Remember the judge who said, I'm going to give you a break. He could have given him 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
He's still alive. Greg said he was like 60 when he put him
Yeah,
away.
I remember that.
Yeah, he's still alive. So I'm going to try to get hold of him. Some guy reached out to me on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. So he sent it to the comments, and the comments came to me, and he said, hey, he's still alive. I was like, what?
Wow.
Wouldn't that be a great interview to say, hey, on the line here, we got Greg. This is the guy that gave you a break, changed your life.
Exactly.
You would have been done.
I thought you were talking about that girl from Fox News.
Jane?
Yeah.
No, she's still alive.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I know she's alive.
No, she was the prosecutor at the time.
Yeah.
So the judge was the one who gave him the break.
Yep. Said, hey, I like him. I
He said,
this
I like
guy."
him. I like this guy. He was honest.
Yep.
Again, go back into the government. Just be honest. Just be honest and say, this is what we can. We screwed up, or we didn't screw up, or this is the best thing for you. That's it. And right there shows you if you're honest with somebody, that goes a long way. Greg was going to get 25 years
For steroids.
for steroids.
I know.
Steroids. Shut up, Mr. Valentino. Steroids. Yeah, that is. His lawyer says, "Don't say a word." Can I say something? God, Greg is something else. But I want to do that.
Football coming up soon.
Football's coming up. Have you talked now with the StreamYard? Chino, Monty, you, everybody else.
John, everybody.
We're going to get them all in on one call.
Yep.
And tell them like who you're picking, why you're
Well,
picking.
I don't know if Monty and John would do that, but they'll do other stuff. But Chino, me. Yeah.
Oh, Chino, yeah, okay. Who else is on that league?
There's a couple Chino's cousins. They're big into football.
All right. Well, hey, believe me,
Chino
get 'em
has
all.
season tickets at Giants, so he's going to be going to Giants.
And had a baby, not him, his wife, at Giant Stadium.
Somewhat, yeah.
How about that?
Crazy.
That's a crazy story. Maybe he'll tell that story too.
Maybe, yeah.
Get a hold of these people. We got to get them on here.
Kadeem will definitely be on.
Kadeem, Monty. I talked to him. There's a couple boxing guys that now I can.
CJ
Tim,
will definitely. I just talked to him on Instagram.
We got a couple other people coming on, but now we're really starting to go this way. That we put that StreamYard in.
The QR code is out front. We
have got to subscribe, guys.
It's free.
That's a way we can. That's a way we can really pump up our business on this end on the YouTube channel, because they look at subscribers. If there's not enough there, they're not doing it. They're just not doing it.
And it was mentioned.
Even though
it was
we
mentioned
have,
to us.
Yeah, even though we have 30,000 views in 1 month, it's 30,000 views. That's a ton of views in 1 month.
Yep.
People don't look at that. They look at the subscribers, because how many people are listening to that? That's very important for us to grow our YouTube channel. And then, like I said before, all that money is going to pump back into the business, because I got an idea. I have an idea that if I put this money back into the business, and one of the things I want to do is this. So let's just say we get sponsorships and stuff. Let's put the challenge out right now. 1,000 subscribers, and at 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a challenge. What I want you guys to do, if you know, and you can reach out to me, podcast@thezapatabrand.com. Podcast@thezapatabrand.com. Reach out to me. At 1,000 subscribers, we're able to put on super chats. We're able to do other things where we can get revenue. where you get sent AdSense and stuff like that. I'm going to put it back into the business, but I'm also putting it back into the community. What I want you to do is give me a list of somebody who is struggling. The money that we get, we are going to do something like pay their oil bill, pay their mortgage, something like that where we can do that for them. And I'm telling you, we'll do it. We'll blur their face out. We'll do all that stuff, but we will show you that this money is not coming to us. It is going out to help the community. Now, obviously, there's expenses here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of expenses because it's coming out of my pocket. So, yes, we get that. But we're going to help people. This is not just for, this is a hobby.
Exactly.
We do this. We're here now.
I mean, you go back years to remember when you first moved here. Yeah. I don't know if you're going to say the family but bought them all Christmas gifts.
Yeah, but but at that time,
it was different.
It was different, and we could do that. So I was, then I went to a very bad financial thing, but was able to come back.
Yep.
And now you realize what happened, and like, okay, if I was ever and I remember saying, if I'm ever in a different opportunity, I'm going to help other people because people helped me when I was going through that. I mean, I reached out to a few of my friends, and they immediately took care of stuff for me, and it was bad. It was really bad, and people don't think about it, but it was bad.
Nope.
Really bad. And the people who were with me that whole time that are still here, that I always make sure they're taken care of. There is not a time that goes by that I'm not like, holy crap, that could happen again.
Oh, yeah.
So 1,000 subscribers, we're going to do that. We're going to put this back in. We're going to put the money back into the business. Obviously, I have to pay bills, but that's going to be the first thing we do. We're going to help some people. So podcast at thezapatabrand.com.
How many subscribers are we?
We are at 450. We got to get to 1,000.
Okay.
We have a year to do it. We have 12.
Only been doing it this a month.
1 month. So we have 11 months to do it. If we can do that, we give that out.
All right.
So anything else?
No, I'm good. Little League's done today.
Do you know who won or no? What's going on right now?
Yeah, it's going on. Tiffany's out there watching.
Yeah. So we'll do that. I have to go. It's my son's birthday. I got to do a couple things
Happy
there.
birthday, Landon.
Happy birthday, Landon. We love you, buddy. But what we're going to do is wrap this up, and hopefully I have an interview on Tuesday.
Yep.
Interview Tuesday, and then one more going the following week. Rita Gigante coming up. But be ready for the StreamYards. We're going to be starting to do that. We're going to get a lot of big guests here. Remember, don't be envious of what I've accomplished in my life. Be inspired by what you can do in yours. Thank you.